Alright, there's a little update on the Honda Civic. So, ripped all the carpet out, pulled all the seats out, except for the top backs, and pressure washed the seats, pressure washed the carpet, because this thing is filthy. Obviously, somebody used it as a work car, but so here's the damage to the rust hole in the car. And I'm gonna patch it up, weld it up. There's a spot up here where it used to be I guess a plug that rotted through, so I'm gonna patch that, and then probably just go ahead and dynamat the car, since I have some left over from the Fox body, and then put the carpet back in, put this thing back together, clean it all up, and take her for a spin. I did So I swapped the computers, and it's funny because the car is not supposed to start if the key light's blinking, but car starts and runs, key light's blinking. It had an ECM code, and a O2 sensor code, and the front O2 sensor, the heat one, had a broken wire on it, so I replaced it, put new plugs in it. The plugs said this thing was running in limp mode, and he was driving this car around town. It's like, check out these plugs. I guess that's a little lean. Is that what that is? I'm not a plug reader, but one of them wasn't even tight, so it was blowing oil out. I don't know how long these plugs have been in here, but they're all white. Every one of them is got a white tip on it, and then black soot. So I guess in limp mode you're running rich or lean, rich and lean. I don't know. But so threw a new set of plugs in. I was like, I drove this thing down the road, blasted it down the road and back, and like before I touched anything. Just started the car up, been sitting for a year and been in limp mode for I don't know how long before that. And man, it drove great. Like, thing had plenty of power, and for a little 4-cylinder. But here's the intake box, completely jammed shut with helicopters, is what we call them, I guess. I mean, completely. So I ripped all that. That's the whole intake system for this little tiny engine, which is completely ridiculous. But so I threw a $30 hot air intake on here, just to it gives me some room to look at stuff, look for leaks and things, look at the motor mounts, get to everything. So new plugs, oxygen sensor. It's got no codes now. I'm sure maybe the ECM one will come back, but said in Maryland, you tag it. The car is old enough, if it's over 20 years, you tag it historic. Doesn't have to go through inspection. And I mean, this is a classic. It's becoming a classic. And said, hey, I got to put a new bumper on it. The front bumper's all cracked up and smashed up. Throw a new bumper on it, paint it for fun, like just because I have paint. Maybe paint the wheels, fix a couple of the dings and dents, clean it up really good, and I make it my daily, just for back and forth to work. Because 5-speed manual, I think, and AC works, radio works, gets 35 miles to the gallon or something. So eventually that'll probably be what I'll end up doing, and then I don't know what. Then I got to decide what to do with the BMW. Maybe I'll just switch back and forth and just have this, as an extra. But still need to get back on the Fox body. I got to figure this AC thing out. I don't know what's going on. I haven't messed with it. It's pissed me off. So I took a little break, but I got all the wires pulled out so I can trace all the wires, make sure that this compressor and the switch are wired up correctly. But yeah, I'll be back with another update probably end up having to put brakes on this thing, but I just want to get it running and everything before I go wasting any money putting tags on it, registration, insurance, like any of that stuff. And it does sit pretty high, so I'm not sure if that's normal. May have to get some of them coilovers or something, but for now, this is good enough.